So over the years, I've had a love-hate relationship with the Souls-like genre. Kind of like being in a on and off relationship with a toxic girlfriend. I try to walk away from the constant abuse, but there's something about her that draws me back in, as if she's like challenging my masculinity or something. And before I know it, she's pressing her boot on my back with a whip in her hand and a ball gag in my mouth, right before she. I've played a lot of Souls games, like, Dark Souls 3, Neo 2, Code Vein, among others. And they're all built to beat your ass. And that's what I hate about these games. Everyone always want to run the fade every time you step out. Like, I don't know who came up with that name, but Soulslike is very misleading. It's not it. They should be called this on site, because they literally have these guys out here camping around these corners just waiting to jump you every time you turn around. And I'm like, it's gotten to the point where it's literally made me paranoid in real life. So when I'm like walking down the street and I see got to a corner, I'm automatically seeing a death screen in my face. Like, I know what's about to happen. It's about to go down. But nah, as stressful as they are, the satisfaction you get after being a tough boss, it's unforgettable. It's like you forget everything you accomplished up to that point in your life. Oh, you got a wife and kids, mortgage-free house, and a six-figure income? Nah, none of that matters when the nameless king has been beating your ass for the past 3 hours. Got you feeling like a fucking failure.
Alright, but that's enough projecting. But really, any blind person can see that the Souls formula has been reenacted across like way too many games, to the point that it's no longer special. And game devs tend to rely on this formula so much because of how simplistic they think it is. But like, they fail to understand what makes From Software games special, what makes them different from the others. They don't factor in From Software's world building, their deep and complicated lore told through creative storytelling that brings whole communities together. I said there's like a deep satisfaction you get after finally beating a boss's ass that you've been struggling on for like the past 3 days. But part of that victory is being able to progress further, to learn more about the world you're in and what it has to offer. And to these imitators, this is all they see. And the end result is a mediocre game with basic combat that feels like a soulless cash grab instead of an actual passion project. You get it? Soulless cash grab? It's a pun! Please don't leave. But you know what? Wolong Fallen Dynasty actually found a way to set itself apart from the others. And it's not the storytelling or the world building that helps. If anything, the story and the characters are pretty bland. Not the worst, but man, it's just a far cry from the best. No, it's the combat that makes it fun. Now wait. I know I was talking mad shit about Souls-like combat, alright? But Fallen Dynasty actually makes it more engaging. Instead of dodge rolling for like 20 minutes to sneak in a hit, Wolong Fallen Dynasty wants you to overpower your enemies by parrying their attacks to break their guard and deal critical damage. And the better you do, the faster you overwhelm your opponents. And you really notice it during the boss fights, right? Which starts off as a one-sided beatdown, dying every 2 minutes, becomes this beautiful dance of death, both of you trying to outperform the other. Like, look at this. I hated this guy at first. Him and his fucking horse. But you know what? After fighting him, learning his strengths and weaknesses, his attacks, his overall fighting style, he felt more than just an obstacle in the way. The way he fought made me think I was the antagonist in his story, fighting for his pride, his beliefs, and probably something more. And by the end of the fight, I had no desire for his death. Instead, I wanted to know where his story continued from there. That's how engaging Fallen Dynasty's combat is. A creative blend of Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro.
Fuck you!
but unlike the games it pays respect to, Wo Long Fallen Dynasty is probably one of the easiest Souls games you ever play. Let's just be real. This is what I call a Souls-like starter pack. Though it follows a Souls formula, the game gives you a few advantages that kind of balance out the difficulty. First off, you can jump. I know that's not a big deal, but Souls games, that's like a cheat code. Allowing you to jump gives you a lot of verticality and allows you to reach higher elevations to assassinate your enemies, therefore being able to like avoid a lot of confrontations, right? That's something we've only seen in Sekiro. Secondly, it's really easy to like upgrade like all the armor and weapon sets you get, and that's because the crafting materials like around every corner. And if it's not the crafting materials, it's just a lot of loot that's everywhere. It's not as bad as Neo 2's loot system, but in this game you really just never run out of options. You always got something to use. Another advantage is that early on you'll come across these special creatures called Divine Beasts. No Breath of the Wild. Now, these Divine Beasts will either fight alongside you or give you a status buff. Kind of like increase attack or defense, or maybe a health boost among other abilities. What you use and when you use them can sometimes determine whether you're victorious or just a fucking failure. And lastly, you usually have a teammate who fights alongside you, making the enemies all the more easier to deal with. And during those few levels you start off by yourself, you can just recruit them at a bonfire. So it makes no difference. That alone makes it one of the easiest Souls-like games you'll ever play. Don't believe me? Alright, look at Elden Ring. If you play any of the Souls games, then you'll know just how much easier Elden Ring is comparatively. And that's really because of the Mimic tier. A clone that you can summon anytime you want, who shares the same stats and moveset as you, effectively breaking the game in half if you know when to use it, especially during those tough boss fights. But that's enough rambling on. Long story short, I really think that Wo Long Fallen Dynasty is a great game to start off with if you're interested in the Souls genre. It goes to show you just how hard those kind of games can be, while at the same time mitigating some of the frustrations through its interest in game mechanics and combat style. Now, this is more so of a review of the game itself as opposed to your typical rant video, but at the same time you want to at least address the elephant in the room, because there are a lot of games out there that do rely on the Souls-like formula without adding anything new or interesting to the very foundation that they're stemming from. And I really hate when game developers do that, because there's a difference between paying respect to the predecessors and then simply just doing a copy and paste job because you're just too lazy or so lackluster on your project that you just don't care. No. And there are a few interesting games that that coming out this year and next year, such as Stellar Blade, The Last Ronin, and Black Myth Wukong. And I don't know if they're going to be following the same Souls-like formula, but if they do, I pray that doesn't have to be groundbreaking, but it can at least be something added to the foundation that they're paying respect to at least let the consumers know, the players know that, hey, we care about this project, and we simply just want to add to it, as opposed to treating it like a regular cash grab, because there's nothing worse than treating these games as if it's just all in for the money. And I know at the end of the day, companies have to make their money, and so they really like to, go with the easiest route to making a profit. But at the same time, you're also disrespecting your consumer base when you don't even care about the very product that you want these people to care about enough to buy it from you, But yeah, I'm kind of late to this because this game came out back in March, and we're in August. So, but I just had to share my thoughts on this because, like I said, it's a really great game to start off with if you are interested in the Souls-like genre. But yeah, if you have any games in particular you like for me to review or maybe discuss, just let me know down in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to jump on it, because I really do enjoy talking about stuff like this. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.